I kept telling myself that snakes were cold-blooded creatures, so it was only natural my adopted shifter wouldn't want to get close to me. It wasn't until later that I realized he was in love with my sister. Because my sister was tall, with long limbs, the dream partner for all snake shifters, and I was a freak who just wouldn't grow. I simply wasn't worthy of that magnificent snake. Damien was a sickly little snake I'd adopted. It wasn't uncommon for humans and shifters to pair and bond. My family had been bonded with snake shifters for generations. From a young age, each of us would either be gifted a snake beast man by our parents or find one on our own. But I was out of favor, so I quietly went and found my own little snake. When I found Damien in a dilapidated sewer drain, he was tiny and frail. His body, having just shed its skin, was incredibly weak, and he was barely clinging to life. I saved him, and I raised him for 12 years. Raising a snake took immense energy, resources, and money. Raising a sick snake was adding insult to injury. And being an unfavored, penniless person, that was like adding insult to injury and then some. Thankfully, Damien grew up healthy. His bronzed, muscular lines curved smoothly down, outlining his taut waist, yet his snake form kept him from looking bulky, instead giving him a certain delicate grace. Many in my family said I'd struck gold, finding such a handsome snake shifter. I just smiled, never saying a word. Only I truly understood the bitter reality of our bond. Damien rarely initiated physical contact with me. Even when I had to train for my snake bonding rituals, he rarely cooperated. He'd always be cold-faced, impatiently wrapping himself around my arm, his scales grating painfully against my skin. I constantly reassured myself that snakes were cold-blooded, and that's why he didn't want to be affectionate with me. Until that day I saw him, his face flushed, carefully wrapping himself around my sister Chloe's calf, softly asking her, "Does it hurt?" Chloe looked helpless, gently pushing his head away. "Damien, I know you like me, but you're my sister's companion.